Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another Paranormal Highway. You know, I have to apologize to a lot of you. As your UFO guys voted me to you know to represent you guys in the UFO community. And there's some stories that I have totally skipped. Like the 10 feet alien in Las Vegas. Skipped it for certain reasons. And that's not fair. Because what I've learned is, yes, I might think a certain way of a story that you've been hearing on the news, YouTube, social media. But sometimes the way you think is not the way you think. It's good to discuss it with people to figure out, hey, is there some truth to this story? Or is it fabricated? Is it fabrication? And I need to discuss those kind of things with the wonderful people in the chat that comes to the channel, because maybe I'm seeing some things that I don't know, I'm blind or I never heard of. So, we're going to talk about this 10 feet alien in Las Vegas. So this is the first time for myself talking about it. So let's get ready. Let's strap on, go to the bathroom, say Bloody Mary 3 times, and let's get this show started.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
All right. Welcome to the channel. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I'm having issues with Chrome with StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. I'm was having trouble with Brave browser. I had to download Firefox just now to get it to work. So I don't know what's going on. So I apologize to you about that. But this 10 feet Las Vegas alien, I've always said that one of the gifts that I feel that I have is hold on a second. I'm just trying to make sure. One of the gifts I feel like I have is I can look at somebody, read the body language, read how they speak, how they tell a story. If without looking at evidence to say if this guy is bullshitting me or this guy is lying, this guy is just exaggerating, and I looked at this story. There was, for me, not looking at no, this is not a live pre-recorded. This is me live. I'm live right here. So this is not pre-recorded. I am live, baby. I am live. But even if I judge somebody to be fake or real, I make mistakes. A lot of you, I know you will make mistakes. Listen, I told you guys a million times. I used to have a co-host that come on my show, go on his show, where, I thought the guy was real in a lot of ways. Was I blinded because he was a cool guy, consider him as a friend? Was I blinded that he was faking to everybody out there, was faking to all the people in the chat? I admit, I was blind by it. The guy turns out to be a complete fraud. and I allow myself to be in that position. So I'm like, again, I'm wrong. So I always take the approach. I make sure after those incidents that I'm really going to judge the person. I don't care if you're a friend or not. I want the truth. So again, I made mistakes. We all made mistakes. But can the giant alien measuring 10 feet in Las Vegas be confirmed as authentic, or is it fabrication? I do have a few videos, and we're gonna. One video is actually called "Uptick in Important UFO Sightings." So, if this browser allows me, I'm gonna play the video, and we'll pause it here and there, make some comments, and we'll get to the main story about this 10 feet Las Vegas alien. So let me see if this browser is going to work and allow me to play this video.
Transportation correspondent and pilot Mackay Beeler has.
Yes. This is the problem I was having with my other browsers. I could not pull up videos. So that's why I was late. I was trying to pull up videos. So we're going to check out this first video. Like I said, we're going to pause it here and there. This is called Increase of UFO Sightings, and she'll get into the Las Vegas thing. And that's where we'll start to shift our conversation into the 10 feet Vegas. And again, I'm going to come through this open-minded, even though I have feelings before the show about that whole story. But you know what? This is why we're here. This is why we're here to discuss. We're gonna talk about, and maybe you guys could change my mind on this story, or maybe you can't. I don't know. Let's try this. Let's take a look.
As the latest on this, ooh, Mackay, what's going on?
Yeah, it's creepy. Here we go. So, yeah, with an uptick in UFO sightings and lawmaker interest in getting to the bottom of it, finding answers to these mysterious sightings, it's a head scratcher. Well, back in the day, America's fascination with UFOs, now renamed UAPs for unidentified aerial phenomena.
For the record, I didn't change the name from UFO UAP, all because the government or whatever wants to change it from UFO UAP doesn't mean a goddamn thing. So you guys want to call it UFO? We'll call it UFO. Doesn't give a rat's ass. And UFO UAP, that is just such a stupid thing. Oh, the government wants to change it. Let's bow down and open up their butt cheeks and kiss their assholes and say, yes, it's UAP now. Forget that. And by the way, we're not going to open up nobody's butthole. And nah, that's not us. No, that. And is there an uptick? Listen, more people get on social media. More people are on the internet, YouTube, everywhere. So no matter what, every year things are going to grow. It's not because more people are seeing more UFOs. There are more ways to talk about it. So there's not really an uptick. The amount percentage wise, it's always been the same amount of people seeing UFOs. It's just there's more ways to tell people. That's it. So there is no uptick. Yeah, hold on a second. Always be UFO. Don't fall in that trap with the government. Got to call it UAPs now. Screw them. The American dream. Buttholes gallery.
Was fueled by science fiction and wild imaginations, but in recent years.
I'm sorry about that. I have to flip that bitch off. Science fiction. Oh, because we like science fiction. We're going to make a bigger deal out of everything. Why you got to slide that in there? Why do you got to slide that in there? I'm serious. Science fiction. Listen, I get people fake stories and add science fiction into it, but they kind of make it like we're all the science fiction stuff on TV. We're about to believe everything. We're about to bend over and believe every story that comes out. She's just like slapping people in the face.
Video released by the military showing odd craft flying at unimaginably high speeds, flirting with fighter jets. Well, that's intensified interest.
For the record, military cannot release video footage. It has to be released through the Secretary of State all the way up to the president. The military don't get to choose on what they consider top secret or not to show to the public. That's not up to them. Anybody's military will tell you sign a piece of contract, you are a property of the government. We are a property. Our souls belong to them. So I just want to bring that out there. The government does not release things. It has to have permission from the people who have never been in the military. So people who make these decisions, most of them has never been in the military. I tell you what, if it was up to me, I know this is unpopular. I don't think people should be allowed to run for office if they haven't been through the military. Go through what most people go through. Then you should be allowed to run for office. If you haven't been in the military, get the fuck out.
Sighting in Las Vegas is another oddity on a long list of unexplained alleged UFO encounters.
Okay, but what makes this one so different?
Oh, goodness, this is involved. So there was a bright light in the sky. A family noticed a crash in the backyard, heard a crash. A couple family members went out.
Does anybody know? Has it been in the reports that multiple families have seen this? Or has the report basically is just this one family who saw this? Just curious. If you guys know a percentage of how many people have seen this. And now this is the thing. After the story breaks, there's going to be people. There's going to be people who say they saw it, but they never did. So I'm curious. Like was there like a certain amount of calls into the police station that saw this before that story got out there? Because once the story gets out there, everybody's seen it. Oh yeah, I seen that too. Oh, it was a crash. Oh, I was taking a shower. I was cleaning my armpits, and then I heard this noise. You know what I mean? People start coming out of the closet, making up stories that they seen it too. But I'm curious, during that time, how many people called into the police station or whoever reported they're seeing something than this family, not after the fact, during the event?
To observe. Only one has spoken about it, but there is video. A 17-year-old Angel Kenmore said he saw a 10-foot tall creature. It was breathing. He initially said it was non-human.
And the guy's name's Angel, people. Come on. He's an angel, right? He's probably one of the kids of God. He's an angel. He won't be lying to us, right?
An alien. Then he said it was a demon. Angel said he was paralyzed. He couldn't move. He was frozen. He closed his eyes and prayed it will go away. Apparently it eventually did, but after that he had nightmares. He couldn't sleep. He's been crying for over a year. Unauthorized cameras were set up around the property. All sorts of looky-loos and people showed up trying to get evidence. The family had to post no trespassing signs. A year has gone by, and he's just the other day, Angel came.
You know what I always wonder when I was watching this? When she's telling the story about this Las Vegas, why? Hold on. Why are they
Evidence. The family had to post no trespassing.
Why are they showing that? She's telling the story about the Vegas, and at least I did like the part where if the person saw something that he's realizing might not be an alien. It could be the devil or demon. All right. I mean, I like that. But why are they showing that? Showing that footage? Show footage of the Vegas thing. Why are they showing us that? I just don't get it. Who's the producer of this?
Signs. A year has gone by, and he's just the other day, Angel came forward to talk about this. Still terrified, can't sleep, cries all the time.
So what did authorities say at the time?
So at the time, authorities say it was caught on police body.
That's the first thing. He's a 17-year-old boy. He cries all the time. Did this thing touch him? Did it put his alien demon hand through his hair? You know, cries all the time. Oh, I'm sure. Now, again, if this alien demon touched him in an inappropriate way, yes, I can see you cry all the time. But I got a hard time believing that a 17-year-old boy named Angel is crying all the time. I could be wrong.
Cam footage, there was a streak that went across the sky. Officials say it was a meteor. It definitely was a meteor, but that doesn't explain this 10-foot tall alleged creature.
Okay.
Now, just the other day, and this is disturbing, Angel spoke out again and said the family's going to move. Because ever since then, there have been weird things going on in the house.
This is weird. And for the first time in 50 years, I know that they held kind of a public forum for these UAPs.
Yeah.
Did anything come out of that?
Yeah, because lawmakers want to know what's going on now. Now, the Pentagon says, oh, there's never been any evidence of alien technology or extraterrestrial life yet. Back in
Well, there's never been evidence that they were allowed to share. Okay? Allowed to share. Remember, Secretary of State is in charge of the Pentagon. Okay. Like they would tell us anything anyway.
In the 1940s and 50s, the Air Force had Project Blue Book. They had 13,000 sightings. All but 700 were identified. So there appears to be something. Lawmakers think the government is covering it up.
Lots of people.
Okay. The next video does get in more in depth with the Vegas thing, but yeah, I agree. I agree with you, JoJo. She's not very good, is she? That woman was not really good, you know. And now beyond the crash, supposed to be alien. Now things are happening in the house like a poltergeist. It's almost like we all say there might be a connection between paranormal spirits, you know, cryptids and aliens. Like maybe there might be some kind of connection. You know, here they're trying to make a direct connection that the house is being a poltergeist. Is it from the demon or is it from an alien? But of course, a lot of people think it's an alien because apparently a ship crashed. Let's look at the next video and we'll dissect it. Let's look at the next video. Let me find it here. More disturbing incidents.
Good to see you. I have to ask you, what are you making? Because there's something really interesting about this. And it's that last night it was reported there was more strange activity in and around the home. What is going on here?
Right. The story goes that just about a year ago, the Kenmore family saw these mysterious, unidentifiable creatures in their backyard right here behind me, right? They said that they were 10-foot tall creatures, that they were standing there looking at them. They could see them breathing. Angel says that he was actually growling at him, freaking them out so much that they actually called 911. Well, it turns out that these unidentified, unexplainable phenomenon didn't just stop at that night. Angel went into great detail with me during our one-on-one conversation about other paranormal activity that's been happening, but this time inside of their house. It goes beyond just seeing shadows and hearing.
It's almost like, all right, again, I can't prove, any of this, but it's almost like this kid Angel, who cries all the time. He cries all the time. He likes the attention that the story got. What the hell? Let's bring up paranormal in the house. Let's bring up the paranormal in the house now. Let's get that story keep going, And he probably, I don't know, maybe I wonder if this guy has a GoFundMe account or something. I mean, hey, if he's making money off of it, I guess I can't blame him, right?
Whispers. These are really freaky things that he told me during our exclusive conversation. Take a listen. You mentioned paranormal activity. What exactly did you see?
Well, I was in another room. My brother called me, and there was a upside down cross, and there was a Jesus.
See, it's almost like if you're gonna play it, let's go all in. It's like they made this decision, right? Let's go all in. 10 feet aliens. Now not just something flying across, an upside down cross. Let's go for it. It's almost like if you're gonna do this, let's do this. Let's go all in on this.
They ripped Jesus out of it. They threw him across the room, and it was.
And they ripped the Jesus off of it. Rip the Jesus off of it. Whew. Talk about going all in. They're going all in.
Floating upside down.
Are you saying floating in the air?
Yeah, like in the air. It was floating upside down.
What did you do? I mean, did you go pick it up? Did you knock it down? How?
No, I didn't do nothing. I was just sitting there. I was crazy. I was like, what?
But how did it come down? It's not still floating.
I'm sorry. Guys, think about this. Right? All right. This is a cross. You're sitting there, and this cross is floating, and now it's upside down. The only thing you're gonna say is, "What?" I mean, really? No offense. I'd be like, "What the fuck?" What? I'll be going backwards. I'm serious. If a cross flew in the middle, Jesus flew across, going upside down, I'm not gonna sit there go, "What? What?" I mean, and listen. Don't know him. He looks like he's got some pretty arms. He got some pretty big arms. I can't see a crybaby, crying every night. But and there's tons of people in the UFO community that believes this story. There is. God bless them, I guess.
Right now, is it?
No, it came down. So we got closer to it and then it dropped.
It fell to the ground.
Oh,
a crucifix.
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me go back a second. Hold on.
It's not still floating right now, is it?
No, it came down. So we got closer to it and then it dropped.
It fell to the ground.
Okay, hold on a second. This kid earlier the report was this kid was crying. He was crying for a whole year. He's crying every day. He was crying for a whole year. So apparently this thing affected him, right? So you're a crier, right? You're a crier. Go with me on this. You're a crier. That means you're afraid. You're a crier, and this cross is upside down in front of you. And you're a known crier for over a year, and your first reaction is, what? And you go to it. And you walk up to it. That doesn't sound like a crier to me. Doesn't sound like a crier to me. Just saying.
A crucifix floating in the air, upside down. The Jesus on the crucifix had been ripped off, and it was floating. And you can say definitively, without lies, that that is what you saw.
Yes. Swear to God, that's what I saw.
Okay, and
What's he smoking?
what about the Bible? What did you tell me about the Bible?
Oh yeah, the Bible.
Oh, how come Bible?
So I was chilling normal. There was just a Bible just going like this, flipping the pages. But it was like steady. Like it wasn't because of the air. It was steady. Like somebody was holding it. As soon as I got close to it, it dropped again. It just dropped
This is
again.
inside your house, not outdoors. No,
No,
wind,
it's inside, yeah.
No wind factor, but the page is steadily turning on a Bible.
Yeah.
And you have the same justification for that as well, demonic presence?
Yeah, I can see demonic presence. Yeah.
The pages of the Bible were moving on their own, and an actual crucifix hanging upside down?
Yeah. So we had a couple priests come over to the house, pray over the house, and
So it's see, again, people. I know I sound negative on this story, but it goes from a UFO, 10 feet aliens, to a demon poltergeist, where this kid said he cried for a whole year. It bothered him when he heard these noises. And now he sees a cross go upside down, and he goes, "What?" And they walk up towards it, and the Bible. I mean, it doesn't sound. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like the scare boy that you're supposedly he was, and now he's brave. See what I mean? I mean, again, I feel one of my gifts that I have is I can read people, I can judge people, because again, I'm not saying it just to say this. When you had almost no hearing, like I did as a kid, I learned people's expressions. I kind of learned how to almost like read lips. Listen, it took people until I was in first grade to realize I was deaf. And you ask me like how do you like how do people not know you were? Well, I don't know. I learned to look at people's reaction, reading their lips and stuff, and and I want this story to be 100% true. I really, truly, truly do. I want to know if the cross Jesus flew off of it, went upside down, and the book. I do. I really do. So let me hear more of them. But my census is telling me that he's exaggerating. I almost feel like the popularity of the UFO was fading away. Now he's jumping on the paranormal. And again, hey, listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. But I just don't know.
everything seems to be normal again.
Are you connecting all these things together, everything you saw in your backyard to the things you've experienced?
And everything's normal again. Something that, because to me, I mean, I'm no expert about demons and stuff. But of all the stories I've heard and everything, that I've known, that powerful of a demon causing the Jesus to fly off a cross, going upside down, a Bible floating up in the air, opening up, and it just stops. Just stops. I mean, maybe.
Experience over these past few months?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I think so. I still don't have an explanation of what it is, you know, still pretty weird. And I have no clue what it is.
What did the priest say when they actually came to your house?
They're saying that it might be fallen angels, like demons or fallen angels, something like that.
Fallen angels inside your home.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
How does it make
Now remember, that's take it with a grain of salt. Oh, hey, people, Jessica Jones. Now he's saying that the priest said that. I mean, I haven't seen a video of them asking the priest what do they think it is, but I mean, if the priest thinks the kid is telling some kind of truth, telling him that it could be falling angels is just a normal answer. You know what I mean? That's not, you know, I mean, I haven't heard him say or a priest that went there said there's something here. That I wish there was a video on that of a priest saying, I really believe there's something here.
you feel about living here still?
Right now I feel good, you know. There's a lot of time priests came over, and but yeah, but you know, whatever happened.
And there's a problem right there. He said a lot of times when the priest comes over, there is a problem right there. Because the church just don't send priests over. It has to have a reason. You just can't have a priest come over like so many times. I mean, if you go to that church, you can request a priest to bless the house and all that. But it's not like they're going to bless the house every week. And if you want a priest to come over because you feel there's some demonic, they have to get permission higher up to you know, they have to get permission to investigate a demonic versus just going to somebody's house to do a blessing. Right? And of course, and when you do a blessing, you know, they don't really tell you. You're supposed to give the church a donation. Okay, they call it a donation, but you're really giving the church money to go over your house to bless. It's, you know, they just don't call it a pay, they call it a donation. So that's some of the parts that I have problem with the story, that the priest comes over a lot. No, they don't. They just can't come over. If they're coming over demonic, they have to get permission. And that's not easy to get permission to go to a house if they believe there's a demonic possession. So just wanted to get that out there.
And last year, May, that was pretty scary, man. I was pretty traumatized and stuff like that.
What does that look like to you? You said you're traumatized. I don't want to make you relive it.
Yeah.
What is that like?
Pretty bad, man. You can't sleep, you know. Not to sound like a crybaby, but, you know, you cry most of the time when you think about it. You get.
See, he's going back to that part where he's a crybaby and he's all that, but he wasn't really afraid when the cross went upside down. They walked towards it, the book. That doesn't sound like a person who's scared. I mean, again, if I see a cross and Jesus fly off of it, I'm not walking towards it. Maybe I will. You know what? I admit, maybe I would walk towards it. You know. So maybe I would. I should correct that. You know, we are the kids who jumped out and go after Bigfoot. So maybe we would go up there, but I'm not making claims of crying for a year. So I'm not putting that out there that, you know, I was so afraid for a year and cry. Then all of a sudden you're brave enough for an upside down cross floating. Just saying.
Flashbacks, you know, not a good experience.
With all of the paranormal activity happening inside your house, are you thinking about moving away?
Oh yeah, soon I'm gonna move away from this house. Yeah.
Everybody or just you?
Everybody, I think.
You guys are done with this place?
Yeah.
What do you say to the people?
Everybody, I think. I mean, he doesn't even sound like he's sure. I mean, there's so many red flags reading this person, because at the end of the day, that's all you have is a story, right? All you have is a story. So me reading him, there's nothing he said that convinces me by reading him. Again, I want to be wrong. I would love the house to be demonic possessed. I would love to go there and see it.
People who believe that your family just made this whole thing up to try to get attention.
They could believe whatever they want, you know. I'm not doing it for free. If I did it for fame, I would be on YouTube and stuff like that, doing more videos.
But these videos are on YouTube. These videos are everywhere. You've gone on different news channels. So yes, you have done the things to get yourself famous. It doesn't, you don't have to individually open up a YouTube channel. Now that you going on channel, you doing interviews, that's getting out there. That is asking for fame. You know, me being on YouTube like this, I'm not getting famous, but if I could get on news channels being interviewed, well, my stock just went up. So I don't want to hear him say, I'm not doing this for popularity. You going on channels and stuff, news channels being interviewed, that's going out worldwide on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever. Yes. That is bigger fame than opening up your own YouTube channel.
I don't care, guys. I just went on TikTok and YouTube, made my story.
And while we certainly have Angel's story to go on,
stuff like that, doing more videos, but I don't care, guys. I just went on TikTok and YouTube, made my story.
And
I just went on YouTube and TikTok and made my story. Oh, so he did do that too. I thought he said he didn't care. He didn't do that, but he just did that. Man, this guy's just contradicting himself.
while we certainly have Angel's story to go off of, other people here in this neighborhood have also filled in some of the gaps and some of the things that they found freaky about that night that those two unidentified beings were seen by the Kenmore family in their backyard. For example, a guy who lives just right down the street just saw us out here on the side of the road and began talking to us, and he remembered that night as well. He said that for some bizarre reason, his TV all of a sudden stopped working at that time, that his surveillance cameras no longer were working, his lights were shutting off. So put all of this together, the Kenmore sighting, what the neighbors are reporting, not to mention what those Las Vegas police officers saw on those body-worn cameras, that flash of light streak across the sky 39 minutes before that 911 call. It really is an unexplainable phenomenon happening here in Las Vegas.
All right. Again, I do got one more video, and we'll show it. Again, the neighbor coming out and saying that TV went off. Again, like I was telling you guys earlier. What was the reporting of these alien sightings during the event versus all the sightings that come in after the event? You know what I mean? Because now you got people that want to be part of it. And because you're a neighbor, it's an easy connection for you to be part of it. See, I have problems with all this. I have major problems with this. And this is why I did not cover this story ever before. I never was planning to ever cover this story. Because my senses, just reading this man named Angel, said no. It's all story. It's all exaggeration. But I got a few emails saying, Eric, hey, you said you represent the UFO community, but you're not even talking about this story. So I felt obligated to talk about the story. So I felt obligated, and they're right. I can't pick and choose. If I'm saying that I'm going to represent you guys in the UFO community, I can't pick and choose a story. I got to at least bring the story and let you guys chime in on your thoughts and kind of get that feeling. What does everybody else think? Because again, I could be 100% completely wrong, and I'm fine with that. Again, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. But let's check out this one last video. This one is called the Las Vegas Giant Creature. I think this one is about them doing CGI testing.
It's one thing to squint at a fuzzy video on YouTube and then decide space aliens do or do not exist. And it's another thing entirely to subject those sightings to the same kind of scientific rigor that puts, say, killers in prison. Scott Roeder is that kind of skeptic. He is an evidence expert and crime scene reconstructionist with 33 years of experience
an expert.
and 1,500 cases to his credit.
Right on.
He's the founder of the Evidence Room, a group that assembles specialists in forensic animation, 3D modeling, and motion graphics.
He's a Dexter.
He took a close look at the video that was recorded by that family in Las Vegas, and he applied his technology to try to debunk it. Here he is on his YouTube channel, Crime Scene, discussing what he calls the entity in the family's backyard.
We can take a video and look at whether or not there is an artificial artifact added to it or not.
Okay.
And in this case, we can definitively say, to a degree of scientific certainty, that this entity, this thing in the video, is there in the physical reality in which the Kenmore family is also there. Like, this is so critical because you can clearly see through the slots in the fence that there is a leg motion moving from the right to the left side of the screen. And clearly it is behind there. So this isn't just like a head floating in space. This is a head of that is somehow that does not have full opacity, that the opacity of the head of the shadow is only at about 33% opacity versus a normal shadow, which would be at 100% opacity, or an object in the screen, which is at 100%. And this isn't anything that you did. It's just what you were able to determine, that this shadow being, or this being in the shadows, possibly creating its own shadow or smoky filter or cloaking technique, is not only cloaking itself from the people there, but cloaking itself from the camera itself, in that it's minimizing our ability to identify pixels inside of that shadow.
I'm joined now by UFO expert Ben Hansen. He's a former federal agent and now the host.
All right, now we got a UFO expert. Let's bring it all home. Let's bring it together, people. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. So we got a guy saying the shadow was not put there by CGI. So the shadow is really something. All right. All right. Don't know the guy, but they're telling me he's an expert. I guess I got to take their word for it. So we know, I guess there's a title. I mean, a title. There's a shadow. What did you say? In my experience, it didn't move so much as it glided into a whatever it wanted. Isn't a UFO expert just an expert in the crafts? Jojo, when you say you're an expert, Jojo, you're an expert. These people are experts.
Host of UFO Witness on Discovery Plus. Ben, it's great to have you on the program tonight again. So, I mean, your reaction to what, Scott Roeder did with his analytics, the shadow that you saw that was behind the fence as well as way above the fence. I guess your reaction to all of that.
Well, thanks, Ashley. Yeah, I'm excited because it took a while, I think, for anyone to get a copy of the raw video. I don't personally have it, but I'm glad that Scott has done this. I don't detect anything overt as a red flag that I would say that made me suspect that it was edited. So I concur with him on that. And it also appears that there is some sort of shadow that's present behind the slats of the fence, which he pointed out. And then you have kind of a head, it looks like, at the top of the fence. Where I kind of feel it might be a jump is people online then started to say, well, this is evidence of a cloaking creature of some sort. There is a lot going on in the video. If you look at
Okay. Just saying it shifted with personal perception. Still call fake in my opinion. Okay, so it's what's confusing is, so are we saying this is not a UFO alien now? Are we saying that this is a black shadow ghost demon now? I mean, what is this now? I mean, what is this? Is it alien? Is it ghost? What are we saying now? What this thing is? Let me see here. I don't expect to believe me, but I don't expect sorry. I don't expect to believe me, but I really don't care. Don't expect to believe me. Oh, you don't expect us to believe you? Is that what you're saying? You don't think we Lost Project what you've seen, of course, it's totally different than this, because whatever you've seen, is a different time, different place from this one. So you're saying because it shifted means it's smart. Okay, let's see.
there's 2 or 3 different light sources. And anytime you have that happening, you can have a lot of shadows from different angles. So unfortunately, we'll never have the same exact circumstance where we can go back and test it to see what might be causing a shadow effect.
There is this one aspect of it, and I'm not sure if our producers can just let the video go, but
So let me ask you this. Lazar's Project, let me ask you this. In your opinion, and there's no right or wrong, I'm not judging you at all with your opinion, but I'm curious your opinion. What do you think the shadow is? It a demon? Is it a spirit? Is it an alien using a cloaking device? I'm curious. What do you think it is, Lazarus Project, in your opinion? I'm just curious. Like I said, I love chatting with the people in the chat, because it's very important what you guys think, because maybe you can sway me to think a certain way. So let us know, what do you think it is? Okay.
when they walk in past the gate, something startles them and they freak out. I mean, for lack of a better description, it's not. There's no way this is acting. Actors don't do it this well. Something.
I think it's government. What do you mean? You think it's government? I'm curious about that. I mean, what are you saying? What do you mean? You think it's government? That like a government released a black shadow to go by a fence or something? I mean, what do you mean by government? Because our government ain't too smart.
Startles them to the right, and they spin around and they kind of run out, and the video kind of goes, as it would if you were terrified.
It does, and I think that is genuine. If you look, I think they're looking at something towards the back of the yard, and something spooks them, where I feel that it might be a little bit of, I don't know, call it forensic gymnastics, is to say that it was caused by this thing off to the right, because as you can see right there, that shadow appears on top of the fence, but he's not looking to the right. If this was some sort of entity that was like 3 feet away from him, I think that's what would really scare anybody. So that's where you have these theories that people are saying, well, it's partially cloaked, it's fully cloaked, didn't want to be seen, but only the video picked it up. So I don't know about that. I think just based on the video, though, it's great that we have verification that it's not been edited.
I know you talk about confirmation bias as well. Explain to the audience if how you think that might be working its way into this as an alternative theory.
Well, if you think about it and go back to the original, the whole background of what just preceded this is you had this really bright object that streaked across the sky, right? And I do believe that that now is a meteoroid, and it may have nothing to do with the family's actual sighting. They believe they saw a light come down to their backyard. And there was a lot of light and commotion, noise. And so when they went out to the backyard, they're already adrenaline's pumping. They're hypersensitive to sights and sounds. I'm in no way suggesting that they made anything up, but perception can be skewed now that this is something out of this world we're out to see in our backyard. And then anything that might have a combination of shadows or sights they're not used to, it can be amplified in your visual perception. And that's just a suggestion, but I do feel the witnesses are being prepped.
All right. I'm gonna hey Iron Dogger, hey, glad you're here. I'm gonna give you my opinion. And again, these are opinions. We're all allowed to have opinions. And I'm not here to accuse anybody who's wrong or right on their opinions. If you think the thing's real, more power to you, man. I'm serious. More power to you. The whole thing, to me, first of all, it's not alien. First of all, it's not alien. I don't care what kind of light they saw. And you're asking yourself, Eric, why do you think it's not alien? It's almost like we think aliens are stupid, that they're dumb, that they're retarded, that aliens are going to go walk across Miami's mall. Aliens are going to walk behind people's yards in Las Vegas. If an alien form can come to this planet Earth, they are more intelligent than us. Way more intelligent than us. We're the animals. Not them. We are. And then, of course, the kid's story that the house haunting. So, thinking this is alien, not even close. For me, you take the alien thing out of it because there's nothing there that can convince me that was alien. Nothing. But I do respect you guys' opinions. Now, if you come to me and say, we're seeing shadows. All right. Okay. The light could be an orb. You saw an orb. You saw a shadow. And there's a lot of stories of people seeing shadows that I feel that they're real. So, what's this? Why you don't love me? What that saying? I don't know what you're talking about. I honestly don't. I don't know what you're talking about. When I'm saying it's not alien. Now, if you want to make an argument that it's a shadow, that's an argument you can be made. I feel they were just filming and they caught this shadow, whatever it is. You can say the shadow's human made. You could say the shadow is from a ghost or spirit. However you want. You want to say they got the shadow, and this kid Angel, I feel he's running with it. He's running with it. You know, he's running with it. I mean, that's just that's just my opinion. It's almost like the story almost reminds me of the Lutz family in Amityville Horror, right? They move into a place. They knew something evil has happened. They probably saw one little thing move and they exaggerated the rest to get attention, to write books, to get a movie made, and it worked. So these kids probably saw the shadow in a video, plan or not, decided to run with it. Because then the story goes, he was crying for a year, but when he saw a cross go upside down with Jesus flying off of it, and he goes, "What?" And he walks towards it. None of it makes sense. So the reason I never brought this story up is because I don't think it's real. For me, just reading it, I think this is why I never brought it up in the past. For me, again, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. It's a hoax. The whole thing's a hoax. All right, hold on. I don't know what this Lazarus Project problem is. Boom. Get out. I didn't ban you. I'll put you in timeout because this person is just no. That's Iron Dogger. Iron Dogger. Iron Dogger. I was just like bringing that up. No, this is not the Miami thing. This one's in Vegas. And this one happened. This one in Vegas actually happened before the Miami thing. The one in Vegas, technically, the ghost shadowing happened a year ago, but this kid is making claims that all year round his place is being haunted. And just watching him speak and all that, I'm not sold. I'm not sold. No, don't ever apologize. Don't ever apologize. You know, you're asking a good question. Because if you just walked in, it looks like I'm telling a fresh story about the Las Vegas, but technically the Las Vegas story happened a year ago, then to Miami, but the story hit surface again because the angel kept saying the house has been haunted for a year, and now the videos are that they use CGI, what you just saw, that the video was unfiltered. The video wasn't touched. You know, honestly, I feel they just got lucky. They got lucky. They filmed, they saw a shadow, and they're running with it. Yeah. Slow news day in Vegas. Again, listen. I hope I am completely 100% wrong. 100% wrong. And I want that house to be possessed, demons in it, possessing people. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I just think that with all this stuff flying around, you ain't going to tell them you're going to have cameras up recording? I sure would. So, you know. Again, like I said in the past, I didn't bring this up because I felt the story was totally false from the start. But again, I never gave my 2 cents, and that's my 2 cents. That the whole story is all fabricated. The whole thing. Everything. Hey, Carla. Carla's wonderful. All right. So people, tomorrow, Dr. Wu's coming on, and we're going to dive into Mandela effects tomorrow. Now, during my walk today, I actually was talking about Mandela effects today on my walk. You know, when I go on these walks, I don't have a plan and what I'm talking about. It's just whatever pops in my head. Because I had a couple things that kind of hit me this morning as Mandela effect. So we're gonna have fun with it tomorrow. And I made a video today, me walking, talking about the Mandela effect. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload it today. I'm gonna upload the walk-in video of me talking about the Mandela effect. Now, it's not gonna be shown until Saturday, but I'm allowing the people people who are members with that free 10 gift that I never it picked and choose. It actually picked and choose. YouTube picked and choose who to give the 10 gifted memberships. So that wasn't for me. I guess it just picked it. So hold on a second. Great discussion tonight, Eric. I was on the sideline each. Yes, people. Carla here. Carla Webster, Iron Dogger. If you guys didn't see it last night. I interview at 7 p.m. last night. Patty Torres about her paranormal experience she had in the house. I had a guest, and she could only come on at night, so I did a show last night. And my opinion, I thought it was a very fun show. I could tell the person who was on there last night that she was nervous. I could feel that she was sincere. And I sense that she feels what's happened to her is some paranormal. And I can't ask for anything more than that. I'm not there. I'm not there. I wasn't there. I can't prove her story is true. But what I'm just saying is the way she told it, the way I felt about her, that I feel that she believes what happened to her is real. And that's yeah, I would put the link for that show last night, but I'm on a new browser to get this show working. But I could feel that she was honest. Hey, you want me on your show? Send me an email, paranormalhighway13@gmail.com. Paranormal highway 13@gmail.com. Just email me there. Just email me there if you want me to you want to talk to me about going to your show, just email me right there and we'll talk. So the people who are members will be able to see that video of my walk talking about the Mandela effect. And if you're not a member, I apologize. YouTube allowed me to gift 10, but it chose the people. It chose the people for me. I didn't get to pick the 10, which I guess that's the good thing is, because if I literally pick 10 people, some people might get mad at me and say, whoa, why did you choose that person? How come you didn't choose me? So, and all that. So beyond that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Bob will be on tomorrow. We'll have a good time. Benefits with Dr. Wu with the Mandela effect should be fun. I don't got the link up, but I'll put the link up. I'll create it today. And beyond that, I'll see you all next time on the Paranormal Highway.